Hello people of the internet, it's Amanda, and what better way for me to celebrate certain rumors about this particular drama having a special episode. Again, rumors, but still, than to actually talk about it. Now, the thing is, I was so obsessed with this drama back when it was airing that I couldn't really pinpoint the actual, why I didn't film a video for this. I did a blog post on it, but I feel like given the certain circumstances happening around the time, I wouldn't be talking about that. But there are certain things happening in my personal life back then while I was watching this that probably was the cause as to why I wasn't able to film a video. But anyways, I've talked about older dramas, movies here on my channel, so what the heck? Let's just get on with this. I'm talking about KoiTsudu, or Love Lasts Forever, starring Takeru Satoh and Kamishiraishi Mone. And this is a partnership or a love team that I didn't really expect I would love, or I didn't really expect it at all, actually, considering the fact that, first there's the age gap, and at first if you see them, you would question if the chemistry would be there, but once you get into this drama, it's just to give you a brief background as to what the drama is about. So this is about the character of Kamishiraishi Mone as Nanase Sakura, and back when she was about to graduate high school, she still hasn't decided, what she wants to do with her life and anything like that. And then because of certain circumstances, so she finds herself in Tokyo where she helps out an emergency situation, and she meets Tendo Kairi, which is played by Takeru Satoh. Now, Tendo is already a doctor at the time, and because of, love at first sight, Sakura immediately, thinks that, this person is the one for her, and she decides to go to medical school to become a nurse just so she can meet him again in the future. And that's what happened a couple of years later. Now, before I dive deep into the narrative, my review of this and anything, I want to address a certain criticism about this particular drama that I saw some people saying. They said that, it's sort of creepy for Sakura's end to be doing that, mainly because, it feels like stalking or something like that. It's more of this obsessive kind of thing, for her seeking him out and stuff like that. But in my opinion, number one, there are a lot of creepier themes in J-dramas. Even if I love J-dramas, there are some plots that I just can't get behind. And there are definitely a lot stalkerish, creepy-ish themes out there rather than this one. And number two, I honestly don't see it as a stalker obsessive kind of thing. It's really more of that young love where, very similar to how if someone inspires you to do something and to be something later in life or something like that, it's more of that particular dynamic. And it's not she actively sought him out while she was still studying, or she followed him around and whatever. It was really more of just the circumstances of, she her meeting this person. It's a typical meet cute kind of thing that just took a while for them to meet each other again. And it was more of this crush that she used to find her path and then be motivated about what she wants to be, and then that sort of works out for her. So I don't see it as creepy at all in a way. So just putting it out there for yeah, because I saw a couple of criticisms about this particular drama on that particular aspect. But anyway, so moving past that, the thing with this is that initially, she thinks that her image of Tendo Sensei in her mind is this very gentle, very smart person that she met in that particular emergency situation. But then when she actually meets him now as a professional, as a nurse, she finds out that apparently he's a tsundere, or a character who has this very cold facade to him. The hospital actually calls him a devil, because he's really good at his work, but he's not the most sociable, he's not the most approachable type of person. So there's definitely more of that disconnect as to her image of Tendo Sensei in her mind for the past couple of years, that she's met him and want to meet him again, and then like really meeting him again in real life. But what's pretty interesting here is that she confesses to him right away, and he's sort of like, just whatever, what is this? So that's kind of cool. Now, another thing about this is that, a lot of people don't particularly like Sakura's character initially because, she messes up a lot. It feels like, she was just doing this profession because she has a crush and not because she was really into it. But in my impression of this, I mean, again, like, we can look at it very similarly to other quote-unquote formulaic dramas where the main character is someone who is relatable, but she's not the annoying type of relatable, if you know what I mean. Because there are characters that try so hard to be relatable, to be clumsy, but try to be lovable clumsy and anything like that, but it just kind of sucks. But for this particular drama, I feel like, she was really trying hard to, it's not like the intentional type of clumsiness or anything like that. It was really more of, she was growing as a professional, like, falling in love with Tendo Sensei was just this stepping stone in a way for her to actually discover that this is a field that she's good at, and at the same time that she wants to be in. Why I think this is a great gateway drama. Now, again, since I'm trying to like talk about it in a way that convincing people that this is a good gateway drama, and what I mean by that is that, if you're coming from different niches like K-drama, C-drama, and anything like that, there are a lot of J-dramas that are so ingenious, and that's very unique with J-dramas. You never really know what to expect in terms of the plot or anything like that. I mean, K-dramas, as much as I casually view them, they tend to be formulaic in my opinion. Like, for example, in episode 12, 13, or anywhere around that line, there's definitely something there that's going to happen. So there's a level of predictability for K-drama in my opinion. Again, I'm not hating on the genre. It's just more of, by now, I sort of like know how to break down the storyline of K-dramas in a way, in an overarching theme kind of level, just by looking at the number of episodes. But for J-drama, you never really know what you get, and that's why it results to some of the weirdest plots ever. Now, again, and when you're entering the world of J-dramas, that can be two things. So one, it can be totally ingenious to the point that it's weird, it's so hard to consume, it's not palatable for anyone. And then there's the good kind of ingenuity where it's unique, it's fresh, but at the same time, it's something that even new people coming into the fandom will enjoy it. And I feel like that's what I mean when I say that KoiTsudu is a great gateway J-drama, is because it has the elements of romance. There's this thing where, very typical, the whole cool guy, relatable girl dynamic, but at the same time, the story, it's not about the dependability between the two characters, but really more of just the idea of, them making each other, like, they're already great individually, but then they're a lot better when they're together. So it's not really more of like a capable and an incapable type of person meeting each other. But right from the start, we initially see Sakura, having this kind of ability that is enviable by other people, like other peers of hers, without it necessarily being directly related to her love for Tendo, which I think is the strength of this particular drama. Another thing is, again, I talked about this in the beginning of the video, I was surprised with the chemistry of Kamishiraishi Mone and Takeru Satoh. I mean, for Takeru, I already know him as a good actor, and I know that, he has this range of being able to shift his personalities without necessarily losing the essence of the character that he's playing. So there's that. And then for Mone, I've seen her in a lot of more like high school-ish types of plots, more shoujo type of plots, or just supporting characters in other movies that I like. And the range is definitely there. And just to see her star in this one, them bouncing off each other with this whole like opposites attract type of narrative, it was kind of refreshing to me, kind of exciting to me. And again, it's a chemistry that you initially will doubt, or you would think that, you know, it's not something that you feel like is there. It's definitely not Matsujun Inuemao kind of, you know, chemistry like right off the bat you would feel it. But as you continuously watch the episodes, it's just inevitable not to root for this particular pairing. And I see a lot of people, you know, rooting for them in real life as well, and it's definitely clear why that is. But one thing that probably culture shocked me in a way about this particular drama is, in J-dramas, it's not like, I'm sure that a lot of people who watch J-dramas would know that it's not really, like, the genre itself, it's not really heavy a lot on like kissing scenes or anything like that. But for this one, I mean, if you're looking for kissing scenes or intimate scenes or anything like that, and things or scenes that would make you throw your phone while you're watching it, in a good way, I guess, this is the one to watch. I mean, I was caught off guard with so many of the scenes here that, but yeah, unless you're like cool with watching these types of scenes, like there's nothing to like nothing too R-rated about the scenes. I have to put it out there. It's really more of just, you know, things that will really make your heart go kyun or doki doki or anything like that. So there's definitely that idea there. And it was quite surprising for me how frequent it is, considering that, again, I'm a lot used to like J-dramas and J-movies not really having a lot of that. So for this one, there's just a lot there. So if you're looking for that kind of vibe, this is another reason why you want to check it out. One major thing that I have to say about this is I was a bit weirded out by the whole like second lead thing that I initially wanted to do for Kisugi Sensei, which is the friend of Tendo Sensei in the hospital. So like the other second lead or other rival roles that they put into the story later on, I understood more. But for Kisugi Sensei, I mean, they put that in the first couple of episodes, and I couldn't really like touch base on where his attraction for Sakura started or anything like that. Like that one felt a little bit, you know, off to me. That's very shoujo-ish in a way. Like there wasn't even any baseline at all as to when and why he started liking her. It was sort of like just a sudden confession kind of thing to mix things up. But yeah, other than that, they sort of like salvaged it with the whole narrative. So there's that. But yeah, other than that, I mean, again, this is a good gateway drama. I wouldn't want to like continuously spoil like other specific plot points for this one, because again, I want to showcase why it is a good gateway drama, whether or not, you know, you're coming from the J-drama community as well, or you're someone new to it. But yeah, so there's that. Now tell me down in the comments below, so what do you think of it? Do you plan to see this? If you've seen KoiTsudu, so what are your thoughts on this? Tell me down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel and you would want to hear more from me, please hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you again soon in a new one.